Diogenes walked through the marketplace in broad daylight with a lit lantern. "What are you doing, Diogenes?" someone asked mockingly. "I'm looking for a man," he replied. "No drama, no anger, just a statement." He didn't carry the lantern because he was blind, but because society was. Diogenes wasn't looking for just any man. He was looking for a rational one, a virtuous one, an honest one, not someone wearing a mask of civility, following rituals, saying the right things, yet hollow, cowardly, and corrupt inside. It was a philosophical provocation, quiet but merciless. He was saying, in this whole crowd, there isn't a single truly honest person, and anyone who got offended only proved his point. Who was Diogenes? Diogenes of Cynic was born in 412 BCE in Sinope, a Greek colony on the Black Sea. He was a philosopher, but not in the academic sense. He didn't start a school, didn't write treatises. He lived, and with his life, he challenged everything. They called him the dog, and he was proud of it. Later, he would be considered one of the founders of cynicism, from the Greek kynikos, dog-like. Cynicism then didn't mean rudeness. It meant radical freedom through rejection of false desires. He became a challenge to civilization itself. Diogenes was a philosopher who didn't sit in halls but lived in a barrel, literally. He gave up a home, possessions, privilege. He slept on the ground, ate with his hands, and lived like a dog. That was the point, to be free from artificial needs. He didn't just despise luxury, he exposed its absurdity. He spat, literally, on symbols of power, gold, and honors. And it wasn't a show, it was surgery. Society is a theater of the absurd. Diogenes believed most people don't live their own lives. They fear others' opinions, hoard things they never enjoy, play roles they don't believe in. To be truly free, you must seem mad to the crowd. You must let go of praise, validation, fear of rejection. Let go of lies that everyone accepts just because everyone believes them. That's what Diogenes did. He was mad, but mad like a mirror, a challenge, a disruption of a world where lies are normal and truth is offensive. When Alexander the Great came, the most powerful man in the world, Alexander the Great, came to Diogenes. "I can grant you any wish," he said. Diogenes replied, "Yes, step aside. You're blocking the sun." It wasn't defiance for its own sake, it was the essence of his philosophy. Diogenes wanted to show that a true man needs no kings or favors because he is self-sufficient. Later, Alexander said, "If I were not Alexander, I would want to be Diogenes." The goal was autarkeia. Diogenes' goal in life was autarkeia, self-sufficiency, not isolation, but freedom from dependence. He said the rich were poorer than the poor because they were enslaved by their possessions, habits, and reputation. Dogs are better than humans. Diogenes was proud to be like a dog. He often said, "Dogs live honestly. They don't hide their desires. They don't hoard. They don't lie. People are slaves to illusions." When someone mocked him, he would urinate on them, or on their expensive items. Once he urinated on a rich man's luxurious furniture. When the man protested, Diogenes said, "If I could do worse, I would." He wasn't being crude. He was cutting out disease. He called his enemies medicine. When people insulted him, Diogenes didn't fight back. He said, "You are my medicine. Thanks to you, I train my patience." That was Stoicism, before the Stoics. Embracing pain, accepting what you can't change, using suffering as training. He was unshakable. You couldn't offend him because he owned nothing. And if you own nothing, you have nothing to lose. He showed that few are ready for freedom. Diogenes said, "Freedom is hard. Almost no one can handle it. It's easier to live like everyone else than to be yourself." He had almost no followers, because his path of solitude, refusal, raw truth was too frightening. But he exposed the values society clings to: money, career, fame, family as obligation instead of choice, even love as dependence. He even chose his death. One version of Diogenes' death says he simply stopped breathing, by choice, without fear, without struggle. It was the final expression of his philosophy. If you are truly free, you are free even from life itself. He left as he lived, quietly, defiantly, simple as a dog, honest as pain, free as light. Diogenes was an uncomfortable philosopher. He didn't seek followers. He didn't crave fame. He didn't want praise. He wanted truth. And he found it in freedom from falsehood. Today, when we live in a world where status matters more than substance, where people are slave to others' opinions, where wealth is an end in itself, Diogenes' voice still cuts like a blade. "I'm looking for a man," he said, and the question he left behind, "Are you one?" Not by biology, but by soul, by spirit, by freedom.